Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. Today we read about Jairus, who had a 12-year-old daughter who was really sick, and he calls for Jesus to come and heal her. And Jesus makes his way to Jairus' house, but before they get there, they already receive word that his daughter had died, that there was no use for Jesus to come any further, that she had died. And Jesus still continues to go to the house, and when they're there, the mourners are there, and people are weeping and crying. And Jesus makes this statement. He says, "Stop weeping, for she has not died, but is asleep." And as you would expect, that caused quite a response from the crowd, and they began to laugh at him, knowing that she had died. So they're wondering, who is this person that's coming in who doesn't understand the fact that this girl has died? And he's just saying that she's asleep. Well, Jesus here is showing that she's asleep in the sense that this state that she's in was just temporary. And he knew what he was about to do. And sure enough, he does go in to her and he tells her, "Child, arise." And it says that her spirit returned and she got up immediately, and then they gave her something to eat. So Jesus could say that, in a sense, she was just asleep. When we talk about somebody being asleep, it just means basically that, they're going to fall asleep, but then we know that in the morning, they're going to wake up again. And in that sense, she was just asleep because she was going to wake again. She was going to be restored back to life. And the beautiful thing is that we as Christians have that hope. In 2020 and now continuing in 2021, there's been a lot of death. Probably everybody has either had someone that they know died or know someone who has died. And death has become a little bit more in our face than it had been in previous years. Well, as Christians, we know that those who die in the Lord, we can have the hope and the assurance that they really are just asleep. Asleep in the sense that the state that they're in is just a temporary state. And we can read about that more in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, starting in verse 13, where it says, "But we do not want you to be uninformed, brethren, about those who are asleep, so that you will not grieve as do the rest who have no hope." Here he talks about those who have died, but refers to them as they are asleep. Verse 14, "For we believe that Jesus died and rose again. Even so, God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep in Jesus." Once again, speaking about them being asleep. And then he goes on to say that, they are going to be raised up, that the dead will be raised first, and then we'll be taken up with them to meet the Lord in the air, and all will be raised up. Those who are dead will be raised up. Those who are alive will be transformed, and we will inhabit incorruptible, imperishable, powerful bodies, as we're told in 1 Corinthians chapter 15. And so when we think about those who have gone on, those who have died in the Lord, it should give us hope to know that their state is temporary. And we could even think about it in our own lives, and think about it in connection to our own death. That when we do sleep the sleep of death, it's just for a temporary time. Christ is going to come again. There will be a resurrection. There will be a time when there will be no more death. We will wake up to a new day. We will rise up again, and Christ will receive us unto himself. And that's the hope that we have as Christians, and that's the hope that we should share as Christians, especially to a world that is losing hope, and in a world that is trying to really process everything that's going on. We can point them to Christ, point them to the hope that we have through Christ, and encourage them to follow Christ so that they too can have the hope that we have. So with that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.